Hi, I'm Janna Beam. I'm going to talk about horses that are naturally ratey. They're not cheaty. They have more rate than others. And the best way to ride a horse like that, what I've learned from experience, just less is more. So on a horse that's real ratey and really wants to turn, the more you ask from them, sometimes the harder they set. So if you just kind of sit back and enjoy the ride a little bit, but at the same time you're riding your horse. But if you don't just force it so much, it's way, way better. This horse tends to be a little more ratey than most of my other horses. And he's taught me that if I just let him do his job, trust him, and trust my training, of course, things work out better. If he gets a little tight and I start just cramming him up in the hole, he gets tighter. So I'm just gonna show you a little demonstration of that. He's pretty honest. He doesn't try to hit barrels. He just likes to turn. So the more I ask sometimes, the harder he sets. It's almost like a miscommunication, but I started him from scratch. So I know him like the back of my hand. I know him really well, and I kind of know what makes him tick. So he doesn't really fade on me. He likes to just get there and turn. I have to use my inside foot. So if I just kind of sit back and let him work, whoa, whoop, got a little by the barrel. But if when I just took him through, so he got a little bit tight going to the first barrel, but now he didn't try to hit it. He just wanted to get to it and turn. So I just sat back. I trusted my horse, but I kept him between my hands. I squeezed him up into the barrel with my feet a little bit, and by that I mean like I drove him up with my feet instead of getting up over him and because when you get up over your horse more like here, that almost cues your horse to drop on the front end more. So I just squeezed him up into the turn, used my inside foot, and let my horse turn the barrel. When I left to go to the second barrel, I just looked at my spot beside the barrel, trust my horse, squeeze him up into the turn. He knows his job. He's been trained. He's 4 years old. I know he's not completely finished, but he does know his job. And he got a little bit by this barrel. So when I slow him back down, I just want to make him, remember, you have to rate. He's naturally ratey, but he did get a step by. He still finished it, came back around when I asked him to. But if he gets tight here, when I'm at, somewhere else, I would just squeeze him up into the turn with my feet, sit in my saddle, and just lift my inside rein. I don't want to lean up over this horse because he's naturally ratey. So if I start leaning and pulling and whipping and kicking and all this stuff, he's probably gonna kind of shut me out a little bit. He's not gonna get cheaty and try to shoulder the barrel. He's just gonna turn too much. So if you can drive your horse with your feet, and I don't mean just jab him with your spurs, just use your calves. You can touch him with your spur when you want, but I just try to turn my toes up, ride my horse with my legs and my feet, but don't jab him with your spurs. Your horse will move forward because that's the way they're taught. They're taught to move forward with our body energy and our feet. So since I just cruised him through pretty fast, and I know how he is, I'm just gonna make him trot through the pattern, keep the forward motion, give me a little bit more room right here, keep his rib cage up, keep him bridled up into the bit, and just move softer on that barrel. He's real strong leaving a barrel, this horse is, and that's good. That's what I want. I just have to remember not to crowd him going into a barrel, because when I crowd him, he kind of shuts me off a little bit. So I just have to trust him and let him do his job. And he does want to do his job. So that's how I get a horse. That's how I get this horse and most horses that I ride. I try to get them to get up into a barrel when they're steady. Just trust them, ride them up in there, but don't overdo it.